In this video, I would like to talk about different AI agent patterns, which are common, and I think you should know about how different AI agent pattern actually works. So let's get started. Firstly, the first pattern is the most common, and it's not actually considered as an AI agent pattern, but we should actually go through it because you should know it. So it's called reflection. So what it basically does is when you have the user and it sends some kind of query to an AI agent, the AI agent talks to an LLM and the LLM responds something back, and we have the same thing being reflected back to the user. So again, this part is actually unnecessary, but this is, you can consider it as a very basic type of agent which actually does not do anything rather than just speak out of what the LLM is responding it to. So this is one of the design patterns which is called the reflection pattern. Next we have the actual tool using pattern, which is actually called the tool using pattern. So again, we have the user and it goes to an AI agent. Now the AI agent now can use tools. The tools, for example, can be checking the weather using a weather API. It can be calculator tool. It can be Airbnb API, these kind of things. So it is a design pattern. Sorry, this is a AI agent pattern, which is called tool using. So it actually uses the tools which are at its disposal. Next, we have the design pattern of planning and reasoning. This is where actually the AI pattern, sorry, the AI agents does not actually use the tools only. It also reasons and plans to what tool to use. What are the different tools that it can use to actually successfully complete the query of the user. So again, we have the user. It sends a query to an AI agent, and the AI agent is actually have a subgroup of planning, reasoning, and it can use now the tools and perform a specific linear sequential actions and using the tools. For example, if you want to book a flight, book a plan a trip to Hawaii or anywhere else, so it can first search hotel, then it can search flight, then book hotel, plan trip. Yeah, you cannot see what I'm writing underneath, but uh, it can use a sequential set of tools because it can reason and plan ahead what the user is actually wants. So it's this kind of design pattern is called planning and reasoning. So you can see how the most of the simplest AI agents is now evolving and getting a bit more complex, and it is now able to achieve more complex tasks. Now this design pattern of AI agents is actually more used in the companies nowadays, and which I like as well because it actually uses different layer of AI agents and is able to achieve more and more complex tasks. So it also all starts as usual with the user sending out a prompt. Now, however, there is a project manager agent, which it actually manages a project. So this actually talks with several different other agents, agent 1, agent 2, agent 3. So these are all agents, and these agents actually have their own responsibilities. And what the project manager agent do is distribute the tasks, the appropriate tasks to appropriate AI, and it also takes back the responses from the AI agents and then evaluates if the task is well done or it needs more work. And then if it needs more work, it can give it back to the AI with some proper prompting to correct it. And then when it has the perfect completion of the task, it can return back to the user with the task as being completed. So that's actually this pattern is a multi-agent pattern with a supervisory agent. So this is the most sophisticated, in my opinion, to use a multi-agent pattern. So this is more fun to use and also make. So that is it for the different design patterns of AI agents. So it was a very basic kind of overview of how different agents can be constructed. And I hope you have a better idea about how different agents are constructed nowadays. And if you have any more questions about different AI agents or how they are made or the code that you're working on, if you get stuck or if you have any problems, feel free to let me know in the comments, and you can subscribe for more videos, and I will see you in the next one.